Okay.
You know, sometimes I fake it, but I actually can't really see.
No, it's very dark.
It's very dark in here today.
It is dark.
Okay.
But that's good, I guess.
I suppose so.
suppose.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Mark.
And this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark.
Why, yes, it is.
Welcome or welcome back.
Yes, hello. It's nice to see you.
Happy Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
My Monday. That was off.
Your
yesterday.
Monday, my Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah. And it was a Monday.
Yes.
It was a Monday. But so it goes. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's hump day already.
I know.
So that's good.
Well, we have, I guess we have a little more of a serious video for you today.
Yes. Today we are going to be talking about loss.
We're going to have an open discussion about loss.
Yeah, so we've prepared that we're going to talk about it, and we're just going to kind of
and there's a reason why, too, you know. But first,
yeah,
most importantly,
how
are you doing? Yes, how is everybody? Hope you had a really, really good day. I hope you have exciting plans for the rest of the week. We kind of do, in a way. I think this is probably the first time ever that we've had all of our videos planned for like the next week.
I know, we know
it just happened
today,
that way.
And then Wednesday, and then Thursday.
Like Wednesday, and we have some interesting things for that tomorrow.
And then Thursday, I'm tossing around, no promises, but sort of caretaking part 4.
Oh,
We're gonna revisit the topic of where Mark is selfishly trying to kill me by neglect.
Yes.
And we're going to revisit a discussion, that hypothetical situation.
Yes.
Where you're hurting me.
I know, right? That's very, the timing is good because...
Yeah, I hope that doesn't tie in with what we're talking about today.
Yeah, right? I know.
So that'll be Thursday when Mark works late. And then Friday night, live.
Yes, Friday night live.
We're going live on Friday.
We are. We realized we hadn't done that for a while. And,
so why not?
It's time, right?
Yeah, we haven't done it in a
minute.
minute.
They're fun.
I'm so excited. I forgot my hat.
Right? You look good with that.
I haven't had my hat off in... Well, at work I don't wear my hat except in my office because my office is today. I'm cold.
Yeah.
So that's Friday live, and then Saturday coffee talk, and then Sunday is usually mail call and chit chat. So we're good until Mondays with Mark.
Yes, and
that's on you to figure out what you're going to do.
Well, we know what we're doing on Mondays with Mark. It's our Super Bowl hack party.
We are so ahead of the curve.
I feel like plan next Tuesday.
I feel like Amberlynn Reed just planning months ahead. We should just film all these videos today and take a week off.
We have arrived.
We'll just keep changing shirts.
Yeah.
I'll change hats,
change shirts, and come back.
Yeah.
No.
So that's the
one of the things we do is we pride ourselves. We do a video every day, and we do it when you see it. We just finished it. Yeah. Well, if you see it when we first.
Right now it's about 5:30 Eastern time. This video will probably post in 2 hours, maybe 8? 7 o'clock, 7 or 8. It'll be up.
So we do that every day, and we usually, we do that. We don't plan it. We don't what do you call that? Rack them up or whatever, bank them. I think they call them.
Yeah, I don't bank stock videos of unboxings and cooking videos
all at once
or stuff. Not that
10 years later.
Not that those aren't cool because we do unboxings and we do mail calls and we do stuff, but I don't have them stacked.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's on us to keep it fresh.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, our channel's kind of vloggy in a way. I mean, it's like...
Well, we don't go out and show people what we do. We just,
Well, we have done that.
We have.
But we don't... I don't know. We film every day. We tell you what's going on in our lives. Sometimes we have, inspirational videos. Sometimes we have instructional videos. Sometimes we just talk.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Are we a vlog or are we just... We're just a channel.
I don't know. We're a network. We're an entity.
We're an entity.
I guess.
We're public figures, I saw.
So, oh yeah.
We are officially public figures.
We are.
That's exciting.
I Googled myself today. Ain't shit.
No.
There's nothing.
There, no. I Googled Smokey Steve. Well, there is a lot.
There's a lot under that.
If you go Google Smokey Steve and Marc, there's a ton of stuff that comes up. I was like, wow, I guess that there's something to be said about that, I suppose.
I guess.
I don't know. But anyway.
So we landed on today's topic how, Mark? You kicked it off a little bit.
Yes, we are going to have an open discussion about loss, and I thought it would be a good one that I think some people will relate, at least. But I've had my first experience with loss at my job. I have I have a range of emotions about it. I'm surprised that it affected me this since we had a patient that died. He took his own life yesterday. He shot himself, suicide, and I started thinking back. His last appointment, which was about a week and a half ago, and he was very depressed in that appointment, and it just there's a range of emotions that go on with that. I didn't know him personally outside of patient worker, and I'm not a therapist or a counselor at this moment. I am still just a medical receptionist,
Mm-hmm.
But we talked, when he came. He was a very nice guy. He was like a biker dude, like under normal circumstances I probably would have been a little intimidated of him,
Mm-hmm.
but just a very friendly guy, and we talked and stuff. But I don't know, it hit me, there's 5 stages to like loss and grief. And I think I experienced them all, like all within a very short period of time.
Yeah.
It's, what is it? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And at first I was like, no, I can't believe it. He was like, I think 42.
40. He was in his early 40s,
Yeah.
if I remember.
And then I didn't believe it, and then I was like pissed, on a range there. I'm mad that, like he was not, well, I'm not saying his name, so I can tell, he did struggle with addiction, but he was doing very, very well. In fact, he's been with us for 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
so he had at least that amount of time clean.
Yeah.
But he struggled with addiction, and I'm like, this disease, it doesn't discriminate. It's a terrible, terrible disease, and, if you ever think you have it licked, that's not really the case. It is a chronic, lifelong disease, the disease of addiction. And he was very down at that appointment, and then I started getting into the feeling of guilt.
Could we have done more?
Could I personally have done more? And it just was such a range of emotions about it. So and I'm trying to leave work at work, but sometimes it's hard to do that.
Yeah, I have that at my work too, though. I mean, there's folks I work with. Well, I mean, just being in recovery and being around addicts and me mentally ill folks my whole life. I mean, your friends die.
Yeah.
The people that you are in treatment with, the people people who mentored you, someone with a lot of time, clean or sober, can go back out. And the end result of addiction doesn't have to be overdose. The person you're talking about completed suicide.
Yeah.
So it's not,
Yes.
Always that direct route.
No, he didn't, at his appointment, he didn't present as suicidal. He was depressed,
Mm-hmm.
and he really needed, I personally think, more time than we gave him.
Yeah.
It was around the holidays. We were very, very swamped. He did see somebody, but it was quick,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a rough one.
Yeah, we have folks that I work with that who either come to we have a drop-in center, people I've met with in different capacities through work. Most of them are like me and they have a mental health issue, and people, sometimes you can do everything right and people still pass away,
Yeah.
and that's a tough one. And it's weird because it's somewhere. I used to say this when I would be in 12-step circles too. The obituaries when someone dies from addiction or by suicide usually says like died suddenly at home.
Yeah.
Or died unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like I had been drinking like vodka and Listerine for like 7 years.
Yeah.
What the hell would have been unexpected about me dying?
Yeah.
So it's like two sides of the same coin. Like it would have been shocking because I would have been 28, but would it really have been that shocking? I had been slowly dying for a long time. Now he was in recovery. So that's different when things start to slip.
But I mean, so we were just thinking about loss, and loss is, I mean, it can be any. I mean, it can be a friend. It could be a loved one. It could be a pet. It could be, even I was thinking about addiction in itself. I actually grieved when I gave up my drug.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like losing a best friend. It felt like losing like a lifestyle too. Like
Yeah.
So there's like all types of loss, and
I know. I remember it was Maria Hornbacher, the
Yes.
author we know,
Mhm.
who's fantastic.
Yeah.
Said in one of her books, talking about letting go of her eating disorder, she's like, "I never had a lover so attentive."
Oh yeah.
And I like I relate to the idea of that as lover, as something that cares
Yeah.
for you, that looks out for you,
God,
that's
it
only
feels that way. Yeah.
only concerned for your own whatever. And there is grief letting go of that. There's grief letting go of like relationships.
Of course.
I had a bad breakup in 2006 that I didn't get over until well into 2012.
When you met me.
Yeah. Well, best way to get over one man is to get under another. Hey-o!
Wow.
Hey-o! Tip your waitress, try the veal, goes bad Thursday. But, and I already know what I'm doing with you if you pass away, so that's okay.
Well, yeah, we have our plans set.
Well, it sounds morbid, but the thing is that I grew up Catholic. Okay, I don't know if anyone else was raised faithfully or in a different tradition or no tradition, but I was raised Catholic. There's a morbid sense that goes with the grieving. It might be specific to my family because we're Irish Catholic, but, like, people don't, like, I was the only one who ever cried at funerals in my family. I'm sure people locked themselves in bathrooms and went for a drive and cried and stuff like that, but I remember being very young and my mother's cousin coming over because I was embarrassed. I was very young. And seeing like, it's good you're crying. It's healthy. It's okay. Because I felt embarrassed.
Yeah.
But we tend to like crack jokes and make fun of like the carpet in the funeral home and stuff.
Yeah, I've been to a couple funerals with your family.
Yeah, and just not take it super seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
Now I kind of grieve differently. I cry at the wake. I cry in the church. Probably a little bit afterwards, and then I've grieved.
Yeah.
Other folks in my family get the flu. Vertigo.
Yeah,
their back
they do.
goes
They
out.
Get sick.
Acid reflux. It's like they somatize their emotions, and it just erupts in their body.
It totally manifests in a different way. It does.
It does.
Wow.
They're grieving. They're not heartless.
Yeah.
They're grieving, but they
Yeah.
grieve in a totally different way.
Yeah.
It's probably because I've been in therapy since I was like in utero
Yeah.
that I have a little bit better grasp on my feelings at this point.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
But as a family, we grieve in that way. Like our traditions around death and stuff are like that. Like I have all my sacraments, so I'm in, and they can give me a Catholic funeral if they want to. Because I always think about like death and grieving and that morbid stuff. The funeral's for them. It's not for me.
Right.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm wherever dead people go, if anywhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm gravy. But that's for them to grieve, And we've already talked about your arrangements.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, when we both have chronic illnesses,
Yeah.
that could turn suddenly whenever.
Well,
So-
this situation, also reminded me of, how quickly life can change.
Mhm.
Like they say, a flip of a coin.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that, and it can. And, no matter how prepared you are, no matter what, it can change like that.
Yeah. And your mortality is so fragile. Like, you think of like, oh, I'm gonna, you're not gonna be with me someday. But things can change so fast. Like, what if it was tomorrow?
I know.
What the hell would I do?
I know, right? Me too.
I mean, I guess I'd be in denial. I'd go to work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what else to do. I don't even know. I'd be. Yeah. Like I said, we'd eventually. We made the arrangements because Mark said he doesn't care. So he doesn't care what I do with him.
Well, not that I don't care, but I'm not. I don't know.
We're going to Salem. This is after you're dead. I'm gonna think my mom and probably her sister. This is all assuming that this will all happen when everyone's still mobile.
This is all planned out.
We're going to Salem, Massachusetts. You mentioned this once, and you never mentioned things. We're going to Salem Harbor, and we're gonna toss him in. I think cremated. I don't imagine.
I would hope.
I don't imagine we're gonna drive up there like the mob and toss you into the harbor.
No,
But
they do. They have that in Salem. My favorite.
there's
place.
a long
Yeah,
pier that goes
yeah.
out into Salem Harbor,
with
and
a
I-
lighthouse on the end of it. A little lighthouse on the end of it.
and I think you'd like it there.
And that's something that I've had in my mind for years.
Yeah.
This goes back a ways.
Yeah.
And I thought that maybe that's where I would like to be spread.
I think it's a little morbid to keep a piece of you on a chain around my neck. That feels
I don't know what I think about that. I don't know. I've kept locks of hair from, like, pets and past lovers. No, I'm kidding.
Past lovers? How many did you kill?
I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. Pets.
Should I be? I'm not drinking anything you hand me for the next, like, 2 weeks.
Well, you don't have any hair. You're safe.
Oh, yeah. They can't do a strand test to find out if you poison me. Anyway.
But that's the only type of memento from a person.
Yeah.
Like, my family, like my grandma and things like that, I have mementos from them, like little, like, figures and necklaces and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But off of their body, no.
No. Well, I don't need relics.
No.
That's okay.
Yeah. But I guess, everybody does grieve in their own way, too, and I think that any way you grieve is okay. I do think the key to dealing with and ultimately getting over loss is the grieving process.
Yeah.
I mean, you hold that in, and it's going to come out in another way.
It'll spill out sideways.
What.
Like, if you were to pass and I didn't... And I think with these stages, if I've had therapy correctly, they can go in a loop. You can zigzag up and down.
Yeah, they can.
Between them. You can think you're just about over it and then slip back a little bit further into anger again,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, when you're talking about this particular loss was suicide, part of the anger part of it was like, I kind of got a little mad at him, and, what he's putting his family through, and that type of thing. Now, I don't pretend to understand what was going on in his mind.
Yeah.
He was in a very dark and confused and just terrible place to do that.
Yeah.
But speaking of, my own dealing with the loss, that was one of the things I said about anger. Like, with so many different, I was angry at him. I was angry at us that we didn't spend more time with him. Like, I'm angry at the disease. I'm angry at the universe for allowing this to happen to him, his kids, his family. It's so strange. And this isn't a person who, he's not like you. He's not like a family member or a loved one, and I still experience these things. I think it touched home because it's my job, and I knew him, and part of my job is to help him. So I don't know. The bargaining thing. I am not certain about the bargaining. I don't fully understand that stage in the process. I can't even, I mean, I don't think that I bargained with this at all, but I do understand it in other losses, but not necessarily in this one. Depression, I was pretty down about it, when we found out about it. We found out about it yesterday, and then today it kind of took, and I was kind of depressed about it, and, but I don't know. Acceptance, I mean, that's the only finality. I mean, you have to be. I mean, and I think that goes with everything. We're talking about loss today, but I mean, acceptance is really the key to anything that you're.
Yeah, it doesn't fix the situation, but it kind of makes it palatable.
It kind of puts a period. And you're able to move on a little bit, but I don't know. I
mean, I guess. Like I said, it does happen within the fields we work in a lot because people are sick. And they're sick in a way that have heightened risk factors for early death, not even related to overdose or suicide. Like hello, like we're prone to unhealthy habits just by virtue of being part of this demographic.
Yes.
That's my excuse for still smoking.
Right.
Slick, right? I tried to slide that in there.
And I think, like I said about being prepared, I knew going into this job that things like this happen. I've just never had it happen this close before.
Yeah.
I've heard about it. I've read about it in the papers. I've never even in the past, I've never had people that I was in rehab with die. I've never had people that went back when I was a meeting person and went to the meetings. I never had any of those folks die, or any, so, it was kind of a...
Last time I was in rehab, 2012, which is really when I started getting better at that point. There was 2 other friends I had. They've passed, Willie and the other guy, and we were close. They used to call us the Elder Council, the other
Mhm.
guys. And we were sitting around one time, and it was almost like the Golden Girls, when it's like, you know, I wonder who will die first, and
Yeah.
what's going to happen when there's one of us. I'm the one who was left.
Yeah.
Me, because
Yeah.
Willie passed away, I think it was suicide via overdose,
Mhm.
which are so hard to track. How many overdoses were not just, you know what I mean?
Just overdoses.
And then
accidental.
Troy had been addicted to cocaine for 20 years, got clean, and had a heart attack because so much damage had been done from being addicted to cocaine for 20 years.
Yeah.
So, you know, he died clean, but the damage was done.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's, you don't get numb to it, but it's not a surprise, but it still hurts. I guess that's the thing of deaths that aren't sudden. Like when my dad's stepmother died.
Yeah.
We talked about her. The day of the funeral, we came back and filmed Alice when she passed away.
Oh, yes.
She was sick for a while, and she was 93. So you kind of think like, well, she had a full life.
Yeah.
Well, it's still upsetting when she dies.
Yes, it is.
Or you think, well, they were sick a long time. It's like, well, now they're at peace. You kind of
Yeah.
comfort yourself with saying stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it's still
We
upsetting
always
when they go.
forget that everything that we do and talk about, all from the funeral to, you know, saying things like that.
It's like you don't want to be
for
dismissive
us,
of people's
you know.
feelings.
Yeah,
or stuff like that
exactly.
either.
Yeah. So whatever way, and again, this isn't an informational or instructional video on loss.
No, this is
or
how
anything. This
how
is just a discussion.
two mildly adjusted people
Are
deal
dealing
and cope
with-
with grief
with
and,
grief
and
and
loss in
loss,
our ways.
yeah. But the only advice or anything that I have about this subject at all is you have to grieve.
Yeah.
You have to go through, I guess, the stages of grief and loss
Mm-hmm.
to kind of have some kind of peace with it and move on, you know.
My experience is that if you have people to talk to,
Yeah.
talk to them.
Absolutely.
And if you don't, write about it, put it
Mhm.
to have the feelings to go
Make
somewhere.
a video.
Make a video about it.
It does help talking about it.
You don't have to show it to anyone.
No, you don't. No.
Just to talk out loud.
Mhm.
I've recorded videos I've deleted.
Yeah.
That were just for me.
Yeah.
It was like journaling out loud because I didn't feel like writing.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like writing.
Yes.
But talking is the only. We all deal with it. None of us get out of this alive.
No.
You know, so it's.
No.
We all will. So on that uplifting note, where we all die anyway. But having said that, if you're watching this, you're alive right now.
Yes.
And Mark is here, and I'm here.
Yes.
And-
And it's over there.
And we will be here. Bandit is here. And,
Yes.
and as far as we know, we are in okay health.
Yes, we are.
So we have plenty to be grateful for.
Yes. And
And
I do take a lot of comfort in my personal faith that, you know, there is something after this.
Mhm.
And I don't know what it is, but I choose to believe that, you know, life doesn't end when life ends. That's just my own personal belief, you know, but it does give me some comfort.
I'm kind of an agnostic. I'm not sure either way. I like to be surprised.
Oh.
Won't that be a big surprise once I'm gone to find out what's going on? Probably bigger than anybody has imagined.
I think dress in as lightly as you can.
Oh, really? Do you think I'm going to hell?
I'll see you there.
I'm probably driving the bus. What is it? Leviticus something or other.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably all that. Whatever. It's not in the It's not in the Ten Commandments. Lying's not even whatever. It's okay.
Right. Lying is not one of the 10 Commandments.
Well,
And
bearing false witness against your neighbor or your wife or
yeah, I guess that.
it's somewhere in the back. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is probably a polycotton blend. That's a sin anyway. So,
On that note.
at any rate, thank you all for listening in to our meanderings and
Yeah.
ramblings.
Yeah.
Kind of just wanted to have an open talk. Feel free to leave anything in the comments.
Yeah.
This comment, usually when I go through the comments, I'll leave a heart to let you know I've read your comment, that we've seen it, and to welcome new folks. But I'll pay more attention actually to this one. Probably be doing some replies because it's a sensitive topic and we'd like to open it up. So, thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe, hit the like button. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Our email address and contact info is all listed below. Thank you for watching and catch up with us tomorrow for Weigh-In Wednesday.
Dun, yes,
dun,
it was
dun.
great spending time with you, everybody. Thank you for spending time with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. And remember, stay positive, everyone. Ciao.